All right, I'm back. So last time we analyzed how a single Ticonderoga could handle Zircon missiles being shot at it. And we were able to get it to survive a barrage of 80 missiles, but only with an unrealistic loadout. So this time what I plan on doing is making a more realistic loadout for an entire surface group and see how the carrier strike group would be able to handle a barrage of Zircons coming in, just like the last scenario. So the first thing I'm going to do is make an Op 4 and a Blue 4 side, set them to hostile, give a base in Florida to the Op 4, give Op 4 an AWACS aircraft, and launch said AWACS aircraft, add in some big scary Zircon missiles on a Kirov class battlecruiser. And now what we're going to do is we're going to build what I think would be a realistic sized carrier strike group with its escorts. So the first thing I'm going to do is an AWACS patrol or support mission. One of them up. I'm doing it on the wrong side like an idiot. Oops. Just delete those and go back to this. Alright, so just so we don't need to worry about the aircraft, we will make an AWACS support mission. Take that aircraft, put it in there, keep it up. Radar active. Alright, so AWACS will take off, and what I want to do is wait for it to get to max altitude. There we go. Alright, so now it's time we build our surface group to be attacked. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in a carrier. We're going to use the USS Gerald R. Ford, which has its own defenses, not a lot of them, not as much as in. And now what we're going to do is build a group around it to support it. So the first thing I would do is, let's see, I'm going to say here we're going to put a Tycho, and here we're going to put a Burke. That is a Flight 3, Flight 2A. Sounds good. Alright. Now, on to loadouts. So I see no reason they wouldn't carry 8 of those. 32 SM6, sure, why not? They're definitely going to be carrying these, so the only thing I'm going to do is fill them up with SM2s. This one here, 56 is a bit much for Tomahawks. I'm thinking, half that amount of Tomahawks. This one right here is going to be dedicated to the Anti-air roll. Alright, so we've got two cruisers that have a small inventory of SM-6 missiles, and then closer to the... we're going to have another three ships here that are close by, and they are going to be armed with tomahawks mainly. And a few SAMs, but not a lot. So how is that for weapons? We've got a lot less SM-6, but we do have a good amount of SM-2s, which we saw were pretty damn useless, dare I say. Alright, so we're going to face towards our enemy at creep speed. Check the formation editor. Or I should have designed it with that in mind. Let me fix these before we get engaged. Relative bearing. So we're going to put here. We'll put them there. Looks good. I like where that one is, and this one is going to come to here. Alright, so we're just going to speed it up real quick, let them get into position. Good. And good. Alrighty. So now, what we should see is a bunch of boats, hoping for an identification though. Because what I really do want to do is tell the Kirov to attack so it automatically assigns. There we go. Let's just make sure. Yep. And then whatever the formation's doing, I don't really care. Alright, so if I just give it the attack order, I should see missiles just spew out at everything. Didn't fire all of its Zircons, which I don't think is acceptable, so we're going to fire the rest of them. I'm not sure why it wouldn't have, but we're going to put 24 there. We're going to put the rest on this target. Just get them out of the launcher. I really don't understand why it wouldn't have fired all of them unless they're so confident that these missiles are infallible, therefore they don't need to fire as many as their missile defense, but whatever. They've all been fired now. So let's see what we see. See a vampire, and we're about to see more vampires. Now with missiles this speed, forget about fighters scrambling to shoot them down. So we're only going to use our carrier's defenses here. Now with these two anti-air ships there, I am hoping that they will act as a screen for the carrier group. But they certainly don't have enough SM-6 to deal with every missile here. Now they do have ESSMs each and some SM-2, but we saw that those weren't terribly effective. But how is a group of them going to do with SM-2 and ESSM? Maybe better, maybe they're just going to shoot at the same target. I'm not really sure. Oh no. That's going to be fatal. Because this ship did not engage that missile. Can I tell it to engage on its own? Come on, engage that. Just engage it. Shoot it down right now. That just simply needs human intervention. Otherwise, that's a dead ship. Oh crap. It's a dead ship. No? Did Phalanx get it? Huh. Either way, missiles are actually coming past the first line of defense. They weren't even aimed at them. How are we doing on overall weapons? We've still got our Tomahawks, obviously. We've got a good amount of SM-2s. And obviously a good amount of ESSMs, but looks like we're out of SM-6, so this next part's going to be tough. I will say that what they allocated for a salvo was not enough to do it. But here's a follow-up salvo that I told them to shoot. So what do these lead ships have? They have plenty of missiles left. They just can't use them yet. Flying right over it. Straight towards the carrier. And these guys did not have a lot of SM-2. They still have some, though. Boy, they need to get them off quick. Now, one thing I never checked, but I think I know the answer already. This here will not be effective against them, but I guess it's always possible that the CRAM could be used. This is an IR Seeker. It's a 10 nautical mile range, can target surface skimming missiles and guided bombs, helicopters that get close. It's like the Sea-Wiz, except a better Sea-Wiz system. It's actually supposed to be on a few of the guided missile destroyers now. I think it's like $100,000 a round, but even so, I think it's worth it. Alright, last one. Get more missiles up. Holy shit, I survived? Yeah, I survived. Now let's just look at what we've got left after weathering that storm. I'm surprised, actually. Not only did nothing get hit, but it looks like we weathered the storm completely, and we have all our ships intact. It looks like the carrier group still has enough missiles to defend against any follow-on strikes that aren't hypersonic missiles, so if they started coming at us with aircraft, we'd be fine. We didn't get any hits to the carrier. Now, this ship here was able to defend itself from the missiles. This ship here, missiles flew over it. Its defenses were saturated, or at least it wasn't able to engage missiles because they were too high and too fast on their way to the Gerald R. Ford. But the Gerald R. Ford was able to handle itself, and it did fire one of its CRAM battery in its entirety, and they actually did help out tremendously. I don't think the Gerald R. Ford would have survived if it had the phalanx system. Note to the Navy, get the freaking CRAM on everything. I know it's $100,000 per shot, but name one cruise missile out there that won't do more than $100,000 worth of damage if it gets too close. Alright, well, this was enlightening. I was expecting at least one of these escorts to be destroyed. Alright, that's all for now. Take care.